There we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Anthrax podcast. I'm looking for my cigarettes in this dark ass.
You gotta add him. Oh yeah, so like I said in the last video, I'd wear that hat that Tommy made. That's it right there. Pretty slick.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, man. I don't wear it often. I leave it here so that I know nothing will happen to it. I don't think anybody messes with my hats at all. It's dumb. Because I've got 3 in the closet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Still a lot of hats. And I got rid of over half of them. Didn't want to, but I'll do that to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I've been sitting here, I've been watching Game of Thrones over again, and I'm on season 2, episode 10, the last one of the season. And I don't know, man, I forgot how great that show was at the beginning, man.
I've never watched all of it, but I have watched bits and pieces. But my mom didn't really watch that much, and she always had the living room TV, and I didn't really have a TV. So I watched whatever she watched at the time. So Walking Dead was a big one.
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy was a big one.
Yep.
Supernatural was a big one.
No.
The Vikings. The Vikings was a pretty big one. And Orange is the New Black. Just a lot of that. Honestly, I like all those shows. But I'd like to watch Game of Thrones just because it's like dark fantasy vibes. But whenever I get around to it, I'll get around to it.
The biggest draw for me for Game of Thrones was the very first episode. Like, it had me reeled in, man. Because it's like you have the main characters that are already established. And I know everybody says this about Game of Thrones. Everybody that talks about season 1 episode, or just season 1 in general, talks about how they kill off Eddard Stark. And how he was literally the main protagonist of the show, and they kill him off in the first season. Like, that's what really grabbed me, because that pretty much showed me, it's like, okay, here's Ned Stark, the main character of the show right now. He's played by Sean Bean, which was, at the time, I think he was the biggest name actor in the entire show. Like, he was the biggest name that they brought on to play one of the characters for Game of Thrones. And they just whacked his fucking head off right at the end of season 1, man. So it's like, that was a huge draw for me because it showed me that the stakes are there. So things that happen in this show have actual consequences, and it's not just, oh, I do this, and I'll do whatever the fuck I want, and then the next episode everything resets back to how it was. No.
Yeah.
Like
man.
most TV shows do that. Like The Walking Dead didn't do that, but The Walking Dead was a great show for a long time, in my opinion. I feel like the first 5 seasons were really its peak, where it was watchable still.
The best. Yeah. My favorite is season 3, right at the beginning of the prison. I felt like that was a pretty decent season overall.
Oh, it was
you had someone who left in the first season go back up, Merle, and then he dies on top of it, and it just destroyed Daryl. But I stopped watching after Carl died, man. I didn't like it anymore.
For me, the only character that kept me with the show is Negan.
I didn't even care, man. I felt like he was too vulgar, and in instances he didn't really have to be. You better grab your umbrella because it's about to goddamn rain, man. Yeah. Too much talking, man. I didn't dig it. I'm
Well,
a guy about
The
action. You
Walking Dead is
slice
just a
their
soap
throat, you
opera
do it
with
quick.
zombies, bro. That's how it's always been from the beginning. It's always been talking about the people, you
Yeah,
know.
I know. I get it, but I don't know.
I do agree with you
I
how they
like
made it less
I
and less about
what
zombies
really
as it
hit
went
me
on.
hard is what I'm really thinking is, Negan, sure, he's a huge name in The Walking Dead, but he's always going to be Sam and Dean's dad from Supernatural, because I watched that long before I ever watched Walking Dead.
For me, he's always going to be
So
the
it's
comedian
just
from The
the
Watchmen.
character. Yeah.
Like, as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh shit, it's the comedian.
Mm, dude, I've been seeing some pretty crazy shit on TikTok here recently. Just
Oh, like
weird
about
shit.
what?
I Facebook has some really messed up reels on there, like people straight up get crushed to death type stuff. I don't know if you remember seeing that when you were up here on my phone, just random shit.
Yeah.
It's way worse now. Facebook will ban you for saying something about Republicans, but you can post someone getting their arm ripped off in great detail.
I don't know. I think that's just fucking stupid, man.
Crazy,
I
huh?
really don't think that if you have a social platform, you should lean heavily on censorship at all. Like, I really don't think, like, if you run a social platform, I don't think you should take a political stance. Or at least if you do, don't
No,
enforce
I
that
agree.
as a community guideline, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Damn, yeah, so it sounds like Danny might be getting off early tonight.
That's good. At least you can get back and check up on his place and see if that guy fucked anything up.
Yeah, he said he'd call us too. I'll believe that when I see it, but he said he would.
I'm not baiting my breath, man. I mean, I really like. I can only talk to him for a certain amount of time, anyway.
What do you mean?
Like after a while, you just like sometimes we'll talk, like because we talk me and Danny just by ourselves without you, you know, and we'll talk. We'll have some pretty good
Yeah, I know.
conversations, but a lot of the times he likes to talk about the same thing he always talks about, and it's either weed or his job or struggling to pay bills, and it's like, you know, everybody's going through that right now. I mean, I get that you're supposed to be able to call your friends to vent, but I mean, I don't want that to be the only conversation topic. That gets old.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just, you know, I'm torn because I feel like I've vent a lot too. But I do have interesting things to talk about. And sometimes when it's just me and Danny on the phone, he does have some really interesting conversations, and it's just random shit, and he'll babble on about it for a long time.
Yeah, and those have been some of our best
But
conversations, me and him.
so yeah,
But we got to pause there,
it's
bro.
like when the two of us are both on the phone with him.
We're back.
Yeah, but it's like every time you and I are both on the phone with him, all points of any actual conversation that doesn't involve work, bills, struggling, or weed, it's not going to happen. He doesn't come up with interesting conversation topics too often. When we bring up something, though, he does like to voice his opinion. That's normally when we bring something up.
But I mean, a lot of the times when I call somebody and I want to talk to them, I just want to shoot the shit and talk about random stuff. I don't want to hear about like all your problems and everything going on in your life and everything like that. Like, I really don't want to hear that every phone call. I just sometimes I just want to have a conversation about something random.
Yeah, I agree. I I don't know. I'll listen to them every time. I'll listen to anybody rant, but I may not always have the right thing to say. And if you continue to talk about the same thing every day, and it's been 2 months, and you could have changed it if you fucking sat there and worked through it, then that's a problem.
Well,
Because I've already said, hey, you can do this,
that's exactly what I'm
and
talking about with him though.
yeah, he's getting up there in age. He's not old at all. He's not even middle aged, but you never know. Crazy thing to think about, if you could have been middle aged at 17, you never know. So he's got a roommate now, which is really good. Uh, Hopefully, we don't know the guy. We don't know how he's going to react or who he is. But I don't want Danny getting screwed over, especially after
That's
we
my
warned
biggest
him.
concern
You
is like
know,
I
that made
also
me
don't
cry
want this
shit.
guy. I also don't want this guy going in there and just start stepping on his fucking feet all the time either.
Yeah, because it is Danny's house, and he's the only one on the lease.
That's the thing. He's talking about putting the guy on the leash after less
So
than a
if
month.
anything, yeah, I know that's not a good idea. I think that is a very bad idea. Maybe
Yeah, when
that's
he
just
when he
me,
when
but
he brought that up, I thought that was a
mm,
bad idea because it's like you don't even know what it's like to live with him yet.
he doesn't know what it's like living with anybody in Jacksonville.
Well, it's not just that; it's just that, like,
He's lived
he
alone.
needs to. I mean, he needs to gauge the guy first. I mean, he's only met him in person a couple of times, and
Yeah.
now he's living there with him.
And even then, it was only an hour at a time. Yeah. He's
I'm just,
known him as long as you've seen regular customers that have, I don't know. That was a terrible analogy.
like, I'm just worried about him. Is all. I just don't want to see him screwed over. That's all.
No, I agree. I've been
I mean,
really praying against that, but
if it does happen, then
if it happens
that is
and
on
they
him,
get,
though. You know.
yeah, that is very true. I just hope he is making the best decision in his nature. He's not a good decision maker at all. No offense to him.
He's gotten better about a lot
Danny
of things, though.
Danny's a
Like
good
when he
friend.
said that
Yeah,
he only spends like $20 on weed a week, then I believe that. That's not a whole lot.
I do too. Yeah, I mean, he found joints for $3, and they were gram joints. He got all of them.
And the important thing is he's looking for
That was
deals.
smart as shit.
Yeah, if he wasn't a smart consumer, then he would be just buying it and that's it, not thinking twice about it.
Yeah, he'd be brokered and shit,
Mm.
but he's looking for those good deals, which I can respect that. I do the same thing at Dollar General, man. I'll be pinching coupons. You know what I'm saying?
I do the same thing everywhere. I don't care.
You can save a lot of money. My mom, my mom used to be one of those like insane couponers or whatever, where she'd walk into a store with coupons and they would owe her money afterwards. Wild. She went into Walmart, left with a cart full of like just random food that was all good stuff. with $120 in her hand and a cart full of food. She didn't pay anything. She got $120
Hmm.
just in coupons. She wants to get back into it, but she just doesn't have enough time off of work to sit there and actually cut those coupons. So I don't blame her. She learned it from a friend of hers in Florida, and she hadn't really done it since we've
My
been up
thing is,
here.
I mean, I know how to
But she did it in
coupon.
Florida all the time.
I know how to coupon. It's just finding ones for stuff that's useful.
Yeah, that's a big part.
Um,
Gatorade bars, man, those Gatorade protein bars,
oh yeah,
that
those are
was fun.
great. Those are awesome.
Them Yeah, mom was getting coupons. It was buy one get one free, and then a coupon uh, it was like $3 off, and there were $2 of the Gatorade protein bars.
I used
She
to get
grabbed
them.
8 boxes of the s'mores and got a shit ton of money. And she came home and she was like, "I got you 2 boxes of s'mores, 2 boxes of peanut butter," and I was like, "What?" I took them to school every day. Just a whole box of them. I ate a whole box of them. Not just like one or two. Like there's like 12 in a box. Things were good. It was like a cookie, like a soft cookie. It sounds good.
My favorite protein bars are the Matrix bars.
Can't say that I've had those.
They're amazing. They're awesome.
Well, then I'll have to try them or something.
And
Show
all
me
of
what they
them,
look like when you're up here
like every single flavor,
next
has
month.
like some sort of creamy, and it's a protein bar, so it's not like loaded with sugar or anything like that. But it's got like a creamy layer to it. It's a layered bar.
Hmm.
So typically at the bottom you have like caramel or chocolate or whatever it is, and then you have like the granola and whatever that makes up a any cereal bar, and then you have like a layer of like cream, and it's really good. And it
Okay.
doesn't melt. It doesn't melt in the package or anything like that. It stays like intact, and all the layers are where they're supposed to be. So it's good.
I'll have to try them.
And
I know.
as far as I know, they have like 5 flavors, and my favorite one is the blue one, which is like a big Oreo bar.
Nice. I saw uh, something at Walmart the other day when I went. They're protein Pop Tarts.
We got to pause here in a minute, but I just wanted to start that thought and just say that, man, I miss doing that. Like eating healthy and like looking for healthy alternatives to stuff and making stuff at home. Like
Yeah, man, I'm ready to get back into that myself. It's been a while for me.
I'm gonna start doing that this next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna start probably tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow I was thinking about fasting or just having some oatmeal so I can have my vitamins and that's it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fast. I might, but if I fast for 2 or 3 days at a time.
But yeah, man, we gotta pause.
How long we got?
I have no idea, but we're back up. We can end it after this one because I'm probably gonna go to bed soon.
Okay.
Because after I edit this one,
Yeah, I'm thinking about that for sure.
yeah, because after I edit this one and post the last one, yeah, I'm hitting it.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty tired. I'm
Yeah, man.
damn, I wish I had something to do. I really don't. I didn't bring my Xbox, so I can't even really watch a movie. I mean, I could hook up my DVD and VCR player, but honestly, there's no point. That thing's a pain in the ass to get to work right anyway.
Yeah. I do like that, like, since we started doing podcasts
But
again, that we're following the same format that we used to.
also,
Like, we just had, we're just structuring it the same way, you know? I mean, we started off, we have our intro, we have the, like and subscribe and all that stuff, and then we have the little divider here. And it's the same exact one we were using the podcast before, which is cool. I
yeah,
mean,
I like how you recycled that. That's slick.
yeah, because I mean, I was gonna make a whole new one and make it like instead of being a static divider, I was thinking about making it dynamic where it moves.
Yeah, we can do that for the Willow Boys if we ever got to do that.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like that'll put a lot of time on rendering because I mean, you can't just stretch that video file over the track. You have to copy and
Yeah.
paste it over and over and over again. And if it's only a couple of seconds, then you have like for like let's say for the Willow Boys we have an hour long episode and we go to put like dynamic borders on it, and let's say it lasts for, like the dynamic range of it lasts for like 3 seconds. That means you have to copy and paste 3 seconds over the course of an hour long video. You know how long that would take?
Yeah, it'd take a minute.
I mean, yeah, I mean I could use hotkeys, but let's say I get to the end of the video, then it's probably gonna overlap the video or it's gonna underlap, and then you have to zoom it down to the milliseconds and split the track at the playhead towards where it's overlapping at, and then line it up. Which is not. I mean, I'm making it sound like more work than what it is, but it's just.
Yeah, you're speaking Spanish to me, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just making it sound like it's more work than what it is. It's really not that hard. I just don't want to do it.
I don't know. I'm good at writing. I'm not good with computers. Pretty much it. I am ready to learn and I am willing to learn and I am a pretty quick learner, so I don't see why I have an issue with picking it up.
Yeah.
But I need to see it and do it for me to be able to learn it. Doing it over the phone has been the biggest pain in the ass so far.
Like I said, man, I can always record more videos for you.
Yeah,
Like if you need me to dumb it down more, I can do that. Like I mean, we can work something out. I can teach you how to
yeah,
edit over the internet somehow.
yeah. I love how we came up with an actual idea to talk about. I wrote it down, and we haven't talked about it at all.
Well, what was it?
So, in 10 years from now, if we were to ever stumble into work our asses off and be able to afford to get like 100 acres in Alaska, we would totally do it. But we're going to build our retirement homes and we're going to make them off grid and homestead like. How would you have your
Okay.
like? What would your house look like? What would you do?
I feel like I'd have a very very bare bones house, or I'd have one. Yeah, I'd have like something like a log cabin, like a 2-story log cabin with a loft.
Yeah, see, mine would look like that and be like that, but I'd modernize it on the inside. That's what I would do.
I wouldn't do that.
Outside look
I like the
retro,
cozy,
and
like
inside look cool.
wood kind of look.
Yeah, I'm looking for something to retire in. I need convenience.
I just want it to be comfortable.
You know, if I'm,
That's really it.
I mean, it'll be comfortable, but I'll be able to have the convenience of being able to do a few things. You
Like
know?
I want it to look lived in too. I don't want it to look like my Aunt June's house where everything is so clean. It's like you're walking into a Lowe's at the preset home furnishings fucking section. I don't want it like that.
Oh no, I'm not going for that kind of look at all. It's not going to be that kind of modernized. I'm talking about like from the lighting to the appliances, everything's going to be it's going to be modern, but the walls and stuff will be normal. Does that make sense? I don't
Yeah.
think that makes sense.
So just pretty much like a prefab home.
Okay. Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so I see. I know exactly what you're talking about now. That's what most people go for, though.
But it'd be a log cabin on the outside.
Except for the log cabin part. The interior that you're talking about is what
Yeah,
most people go for. But I like
I
the
know.
rustic interior as well.
I like the way that the inside's going to be just for the fact of it'll be easier to clean. Over time, the wood on the inside of the building will start to split, splinter, and it'll be so hard to clean. You're just going to have the biggest layer of dust everywhere that you won't be able to clean.
Like honestly, like I just want
Don't want to deal with that.
like my dream house is more so along the lines of something like what my uncle had, just a little bit bigger.
What'd your uncle have?
My uncle Bill had like a little yellow house that he had painted something else. I don't think you've ever been there. That's the one he was like that's when he sold and got the camper.
No, I never saw it.
It was a really nice house. It was a cozy. It looked like a it looked a little bit more like the opposite of what I'm talking about, but it fit what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a little bit more modernized. It was a little bit more modernized on the outside, but the inside, the interior was very rustic. I'm looking for something
Yeah,
more
so
so
in the
rustic
past
outside
5
and
minutes,
inside.
the reason I laughed is because in the past 5 minutes, both of us have said something that was made no sense whatsoever, and we were both like, "Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? It makes a lot of sense, right?" It made no fucking sense whatsoever. You know, when the inside is the outside, then you know cheeseburgers walk.
And on Nuns and
You have
Lesbians.
no idea. It makes no man. We're fucking dumb. We're like, yeah, you know, the logistics and the mathematics and the physics, and then our brains stop working this time of night. We're good during the day, but sun goes down, useless.
All right, bro. Let's go ahead and pause real quick, and we're go.
It's cold up in this bitch.
Yeah, it's getting a little chilly.
I know it's like 67 outside. It's probably about 62 in here. It's just cold. I don't know. Cold enough to wear a hoodie, but not fucking gonna freeze to death. I'm really thinking about rearranging the walls in this bedroom, like how I've got the shit hanging on the walls. So I'm gonna set up some shit here soon.
But yeah, man, I think we can
Damn,
record.
December's gonna be here quick.
We can record tomorrow twice if you want to, and then after that, I think we should take a break for a day or two.
Okay.
Unless we feel
Yeah, that's good with me.
froggy and want to record after that, then we can.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just do like spontaneous. Hey, you want to record? Sure.
Yeah.
Record when it's organic. When we have an idea, record.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
agree.
And if both of us have been brainstorming ideas and say we both got one or two apiece, we'll be good.
Man, my back is killing me.
Damn. I'm sorry, bro. Well, you want to call this episode out? That made no sense. You want to call this episode out?
A new episode.
It been had what it been was. You know what I'm saying?
That's one thing that caught me off guard. How many times Danny said "yo"?
Yo, yo. Man, I said some shit that really shouldn't have been said. Damn, you saw his reaction. He was like, what the fuck? That was great, dude. That right there was. I love doing that to him when he's at work. I'll say some shit like real off topic and out of pocket where people that are walking by look at him like he's fucking stupid. He'll be in the middle of town walking through Walmart, and I'll be like, yeah, yeah, don't forget, you've got to get your medication for your little buddy hanging out of your asshole that you keep sitting on. You know, your hemorrhoid. Don't forget, your mother gave you Hep C. You've got to get her medication and now your medication. Oh man, I'll get him. Yo, Danny, don't forget you've got bed bugs and lice, bro. You got to get that treatment. And people fucking, he'll just, man, I like to catch him off guard. I do.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's funny just watching it. That shit that I said earlier when he was taking a rip out of the bong. Oh man, I've never seen someone look like and what I said. And he fucking, yo, that's not at all offensive to anybody, Jason. I was like, man, yeah, what? No, it wasn't that bad. No. And I only rip on Danny like that. Man, I come up with shit on the spot where it catches him so off guard that he has no idea how to react. He'll be like, oh, yeah, well, you know, you're gay. And I'm like, you know, that's not even a diss anymore. If you're a Democrat, it's a compliment, I guess. I'm not a Democrat, but I don't really know how to get out of this hole I dug. Man, I really hope this whole thing works out for him. I really do.
Yeah, me too.
I got faith it'll work out, but if not, you know, if I've got a place or we've got a place by then, uh, he'll be all right. He won't be absolutely screwed. You know, but things are changing, man. Things are about to really start changing.
I hope so, man, and I hope it's for the better, and not just looking like it is.
Oh no, it's going to be.
Because you know how it is, man. A lot of the times things will start looking up and start looking like they're progressing, and then you're back in the same old situation with a different coat of paint. So we
Ah,
just
man, we'll be good this time. I mean, we're both smart enough and we're both very well capable to do what we need to. It's just we need the motivation and someone who thinks a lot like we do, where bills will be paid and we'll get right 100%.
I'm more so talking about like
And
along the
we can
lines of
work
like
together to do that.
situational issues.
What do you mean?
A lot of the times, the universe just throws shit in our way, or God just wants to challenge us, and we end up right back at what it feels like square one.
I don't think we'll be at square one again because we always learn something if we do mess up. Or if something is tossed in our way, we can handle that shit head on and right then instead of hiding from it for a while. We can hit it head on, figure out what the problem is, and nip it in the bud. We've got to have that kind of mentality.
Yeah. But man, we'll go ahead and cap the episode off here.
That's it. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. See you guys in the next episode.